The American Bandogge Mastiff is a guard dog breed. Excellent companions, they get along with family members, are kind to children, provided that they are taken into the house as puppies. American bandogs consider it their duty to take care of all living creatures, including the cat. Faithful travel companions. However, all these qualities must be instilled in dogs by training. The breed is not for beginners. Highlights and interesting facts. Although the mention of bandogs dates back to the 13th century, this breed is considered young and still not recognized internationally because breeding work leading to its improvement is still ongoing. There are written facts that the very first bandogs were participants in fierce fights with bulls. Bandogs are endowed with the talent of recognizing human intentions. They do this by observing facial expressions, gestures, voice timbre. Bandogs act without warning. They will not announce an attack to an ill-wisher. This is not their style. The most powerful jaws of bandogs are capable of a strong bite, the strength of which in young animals is 1180 Newton, and mature and constantly training dogs 1460 Newton. But the grip quickly weakens, the dogs are not able to hold it for a long time. Bandogs are a whole cocktail of different dog breeds, in which the Staffordshire Terriers and American Pit Bulls occupy the primary place. Bandogs were bred to fight, and the result was unsurpassed guards, the most vigilant watchmen, whose territorial instinct is at the highest level. In the United States, bandogs are used by police officers as working dogs. In some states, the keeping of dogs of this breed is prohibited due to their high aggressiveness and danger. The history of the breed. The very word bandog originated in England in the 13th century. It had to do with a mastiff-like dog, sitting on a chain during the day and guarding the territory entrusted to it in the evening. You can translate the name of the breed as chain dog. In general, by name it immediately becomes clear that these are dogs of American origin. They are the result of a series of breeding experiments that crossed a variety of dog breeds. The ancestors of the very first bandogs include guard mastiffs who participated in fights with bulls and predatory animals. The main goal of breeding bandogs was to create a fighting dog, superior in power and size to pit bulls and Staffordshire Terriers. This goal, by and large, was not achieved, although the bandog turned out to be more massive and intimidating, but it was not adapted to long fights, like the aforementioned dogs, running out of steam after a 20-minute fight. We will try to list a course of breeding directions used to create this breed, arranging them in order of decreasing importance. The main direction is the process of crossing with American Staffordshire Terriers and Pit Bulls. Less popular is the course of breeding experiments towards Mastiffs and Neapolitan Mastiffs. A rarity in the breeding of the breed was mating with the American Bulldog, Borbal, Tosa Inu, Dogue de Bordeaux, Bull Mastiff. As you can see, bandogs are a whole cocktail of various dog breeds. In the 70s of the last century, the American veterinarian Swinford undertook to restore the purebred of the bandogs. Thanks to his efforts, the specific exterior of the modern bandog was determined. In his honor, the dogs are often referred to as Swinford bandogs. Joe Lachero made a significant contribution to the development of the breed. In his dog line, the representatives show stability of character and excellent working qualities. Appearance. Bandogs are distinguished by massive and strong square-shaped jaws and large fangs. A straight dog spine and always toned athletic belly testify to their athletic qualities. Bandogs have not long, but strong and stocky limbs with noticeable muscles. The tail is medium in length, thick, tapering towards the tip. Under normal circumstances, it is lowered down, and when it is disturbed, it immediately rises, but it never twists into a ring. The eyes are small in size, black in color and slightly slanting, set very wide apart. The gaze of the bandog is penetrating and studying. It seems that the dog carefully observes and analyzes the environment with the help of its watchful gaze. The neck of the dogs is not long, but very strong and powerful. The head is quite massive. Bandogs can be called broad-browed, having a large rounded muzzle with skin folds. The nose of the dogs is elongated, the lobe itself is usually black, but may also have spots. The ears of bandogs in their original form are hanging, but their cupping is often used. This has been the case since the days of dog battles, which makes the shape triangular. The height at the withers can reach up to 80 centimeters. The mass of males usually does not go beyond 70 kilograms and females from 45 to 50 kilograms. The strongest physique, clearly visible muscles, wide chest is all about bandogs. Distinctive character traits. The nature of the bandog develops according to his upbringing from the earliest puppyhood. A lot depends on the training and socialization of such dogs. This breed is recommended to be started by experienced people who are ready to spend a lot of time in order to raise a well-mannered, developed, and balanced dog. The dog must feel the power and strength of his master in order to obey him, otherwise he may behave arbitrarily and unpredictably. The rest of the members of the Bandog family, with proper upbringing, will also obey, showing condescension towards them. Bandogs have an amazing ability, they can learn about the intentions of a person by the way he moves, talks, behaves in general. Dogs watch not only gestures, but also facial expressions. If something bad comes from a person, aggression and insidious intent, then the dog makes an immediate attack. Bandog never warns of his attack with a roar or any emotion, he attacks silently, without hesitation and very swiftly. Such a dog with its uncompromising appearance scares away any thieves and ill-wishers. It is difficult for an inexperienced person to guess what mood the dog is in, she skillfully restrains her feelings, showing her composure, keeping everything to herself. You should not expect excessive tenderness and flattery from Bandogs, although this is possible, it all depends on upbringing. Nevertheless, the dogs have a stern and independent disposition. Dogs are loyal to children, but nothing more. Bandogs are not recommended for families with kids. They do not like the manifestation of constant pranks, squealing, excessive fuss, it annoys them. Even if the four-legged arrives in a playful mood, it is better not to allow him to play with children, this is risky. Bandogs are lenient towards other pets. They absolutely do not need friendship with them, but dogs will not fight, arrange jealousy scenes, this is below their dignity. The intellect of the Bandogs is quite developed, and the disposition is independent. It is impossible for the dog to dominate the owner, this can lead to his uncontrolled behavior and excessive aggressiveness, which is very difficult to cope with. Pros and cons of American Bandogs. Pros. The presence of a high and developed intellect, possession of incredible endurance, unlimited devotion to the owner with the right upbringing, fearlessness and courage, excellent security qualities, silence, so they will not get barking, easy care and hygiene, pretty good health. Minuses. The need for early socialization and long-term training, which takes a lot of time, the need for long walks and active physical activity. The dog is recommended only to experienced and knowledgeable owners, not suitable for apartment maintenance. It is better for the Bandog to live in a country house with a large garden plot for walking. Outdoor keeping is impossible because of the short coat, which does not have an undercoat, walking only with the use of a muzzle and a leash. Poor coexistence with other pets, especially large ones, not suitable for families with small children. Severe and aggressive disposition, attack without warning. Bandog is not inclined to express any emotions, he is always outwardly calm and self-possessed. Maintenance and care. Compared to other breeds of fighting dogs, American Bandogs do not require colossal maintenance efforts from the owner. But still, you will have to provide the dog with certain hygiene procedures, as well as carry out the necessary preventive measures that will help strengthen the body. The coat of the Bandog is short and coarse, so it is best to take care of it daily by combing it daily with special brushes and combs that will remove dead hair. These processes are an excellent prevention against most skin diseases and will not hurt during the seasonal molt. The most active period of molting is observed, like in many dogs, in spring and autumn. Health. Bandogs are very strong physically, have excellent health and good immunity, but they are also characterized by some ailments that are also observed in American pit bulls and mastiffs. So, Bandogs have a predisposition to obesity due to improper and excessive nutrition. Dysplasia of the hip and elbow joints, manifested in the form of pain and lameness, can lead to immobilization, eye ailments, cataracts, retinal atrophy, cancer, epilepsy, or observed convulsive seizures. Annual preventive examinations, which must be taken in a veterinary clinic, help to quickly cure and generally avoid many diseases. Some ailments in the early stages are not noticeable at all, oncology, dysplasia, and only specialists can identify them. Certain diseases cannot be completely cured, epilepsy, but constant supportive therapy and regular monitoring reduce the manifestation of seizures and discomfort to a minimum. Do not forget about various infections, from which no one is immune, including such strong men as Bandogs. Do not skip routine vaccinations, vaccination helps to resist insidious viruses. Deworming procedures are also important, so they need to be carried out at regular intervals. A lot depends on the attention and care of the owner. Watching your pet, you can immediately understand that something is bothering him, or, conversely, he feels great. You can't delay, if you notice any alarming bells, it's better to immediately go to see a doctor who will dispel all doubts and make sure that your four-legged friend is healthy and happy. It is worth noting that the life expectancy of a Bandog dog ranges from 12 to 16 years. Price and how to buy. Depending on the purpose of the purchase, the cost of the puppy will differ. Offspring without the possibility of exhibition and further breeding costs from $800 US. If there are plans for future puppies as parents, then the price increases by 2 to 3 times. Show-class puppies are even more expensive, and the price depends on the pedigree and what prizes were received by the parents of the puppies at various exhibitions. If you are looking for a show-class puppy, then you need to contact the breeders registered in the Unified International Register of Breeders, where there is a guarantee of pure blood. In this case, a contract of sale must be signed, where all the circumstances are prescribed in order to avoid misunderstandings. Buying a puppy in unreliable places is a huge risk of getting a dog similar to American Bandog, but not being it. While the dog is small, it is difficult to understand how the puppy meets the requirements. Outcome. The American Bandogge Mastiff or American Bandogge Mastiff is an American guard dog breed, bred by crossing the American Pit Bull Terrier and the American Staffordshire Terrier with a Neapolitan Mastiff. The name of the breed literally translates from English as chained dog. It was originally bred as a gladiator dog for dog fighting. The American Bandogge Mastiff has extraordinary power, combined with great intelligence and remarkable activity. This breed frightens many. From one look at such a strong and serious dog athlete, a chill runs down the back. Let's try to analyze all the features of bandogs, describing their temper, food preferences, important nuances of care and the history of the origin of the breed.